First, pull up the chart of XLI. The industrials are looking pretty good. So I saw this chart yesterday, and then I said, okay, well, what's in there? And Caterpillar is one of the largest holdings in XLI, so that was the reasoning behind the trade. So I have a trend line drawn from the peak of that handle as my early entry. Yeah, so right there, right there. So it triggered actually yesterday. So I got into it late yesterday, but it's still something actionable from that trend line, and it's still going to offer a little bit of an early entry.
Great. So if we were to look at options to try to take advantage of a trade, with this bullish bent to the outlook here for this stock, how should we set up an option trade?
Well, let's go to my screen. I'll show you. So I'm gonna uh, pull up the option chain and Thinkorswim, and there we are. All right, so you should be seeing my screen here. So got Caterpillar up on the uh, up here, and I'm going to go just 23 days out. Normally, I like to go out 45 to 60 days as far as my options trade, but we're running into earnings, so I'm finding that a lot as we get closer to the earnings season here. So I'm just going to go 23 days out into the July 21 expiration. So I'm going to just click on that, expand that. We've got calls on this side, got puts on this side. So I'm going to do a bull put spread. So this is a bullish trade on Caterpillar. So I'm going to start with selling this 235 put here. So I'm going to click on that, sell the 235, and then I'm going to buy the 230 strike for protection there. So hold my shift key down, and there's our trade there. So again, selling the 235 and then buying the 230, and that's going to give us a credit. So credit has improved a little bit. I'm going to make sure it matches my numbers. So I did a credit of 143. So let me lower that. So let's take a look at the numbers here. So I'm going to click on confirm and send. First thing I like to look at is the break even. So our break even at 233.57, stocks trading at around 238. So I like to have that room to the downside as far as the break even there. And then our max profit is going to be the credit received at $143. So let's take a look. So now we're going to do what we're going to do is we're going to look at our probability of success, and then how many contracts are going to buy based on our portfolio size. So let me click on edit there. And then on the left side, I've got some notes here. There were some comments last week that this was kind of small. Unfortunately, I cannot increase the font size. I tried, but could not increase the font size here. So we're going to take a look at the numbers. So we're going to start with the probability of success. To calculate that, we take the width of the spread, which we know is $5, minus the credit received, which is $1.43. That's going to give us uh, our actual risk of $3.57, or in option speak, we got to multiply by 100. This is $357. So that $357, that's our actual risk in this trade. Yeah, so to determine the probability of success, we take the actual risk, which is $357, divided by the width of the spread, which is $5. That's going to give us a probability of success of 71.4%. So pretty decent number there for a probability there. Now I want to look at our return on risk here. So to calculate our return on risk, we take our credit received divided by the actual our actual risk at 357 multiplied by 100 gives us a return on risk of about 40%, which is pretty good considering we were in a trade for 23 days. All right. Now, how many contracts are going to buy based on the numbers here? So we decided that $2,500 based on our contract, our portfolio size, our level of risk, we're going to put $2,500 into this trade. So we take that $2,500 divided by our actual risk. That's going to give us 7 contracts. So I would just increase this number here to 7. Whoops. So I'm not going to actually place the trade right now. Caterpillar is down. So I'm going to wait a little bit to see what happens in the market before I actually place the trade. But something I've got on my radar here for a nice option trade here.